Hello, I'm MatchBox,
And I am um
eating. Right now, I have my snackies, and somebody in the comments down below suggested for me to look for and find and watch and react, probably, maybe, and react to something like this video. Is Guild Wars a pay to win? Something like that. So I choose. I don't know why, but I choose this video. There was some of these that's I don't know. It's attractive. So we will see. We will see. So I will be eating, trying to react, and
Welcome to my worst pay to win game series, where I look at a free to play game and see whether or not it is possible to completely play the game for free.
What is this
And today
game?
we're going to be looking at Guild Wars 2. So today we're going to be looking at the cash shop.
That was Guild Wars. That really was Guild Wars.
And seeing if it's possible to completely play this game for free and still be able to enjoy it. When Guild Wars 2 first came out, it was a buy-to-play game, so that meant that you had to buy an actual copy of the game before you can start playing it with no subscription fee. Now it turned into a free-to-play model, which is basically like you can download the game for free, you can play all of the core game without having to spend any money on the actual box. So
Somehow these graphics looks cooler than on my PC.
pretty much when you're looking at the core game, you're looking at these areas up here. So it's pretty much the starter areas of each of the races. So you got here, you got the Silver Peak, you got the Ascalon, and then even some of these areas here. The best thing about Guild Wars 2, and the reason why I always recommend Guild Wars 2 as an MMORPG, is that you can play a lot of game here for free. You don't have to spend any money to really enjoy a lot of what the game has to offer. And this is the good thing about it. There's not a lot of games out that really let you fully enjoy a game completely for free without trying to sell you something. You know what I mean? So this is a good thing. The only time the game is going to ask you if you want to buy stuff is if you're going into expansion packs. So that would be over here on this side. This is the Heart of Thorns area.
Fucking big map. God damn it. And is there any point for me in later that's again questions for my viewers. Is there for me any point in the future to go to other starter cities, worlds, quests, dungeons? I don't know. Explore quests, stories, some kind of stories in there. Please tell me. I'm interested.
And then you have the Path of Fire expansion, which is down below.
Holy
The cool
shit.
thing about it is that they have the expansions bundled, so you can pick them both up right now for a normal price of $29.99. But there's a lot of times that they go on sale, so you can get that opportunity of being able to get it even cheaper than that. And of course, there is also a new expansion that's coming out, so the End of Dragons. So I'm sure that this is going to be a part of the bundle as well. And there it is right there for 50 bucks. And that's actually not too bad. Pretty much you're paying 20 extra dollars for the newest expansion on top of getting all the other ones. So that's actually a really nice deal, honestly. So when it comes to spending money in this game, that's the biggest thing you're going to be spending money on. It's just getting initially into the expansions and doing that. Now let's look at the cash shop. Guild Wars 2 honestly does have that aspect of pay to win. You could spend real life money to exchange it for in-game gold, but the exchange rate is pretty bad.
It's not. Sorry. It's not worth it. I looked into it, and it's not worth spending real money to buy game currency.
For example, here you see 250 gold would cost you 1,346 gems as of right now. It would cost $20 for 1,600 gems. So that's actually not too bad, but 250 gold isn't really a big deal to get. You could grind this out yourself if you really tried
How
hard
long?
in either crafting or just even just grinding itself.
How long?
Especially in the expansion packs, you can make some really good money by doing what they call the meta, which usually takes place up in this Heart of Thorns area, or down in the Path of Fire, which is the Dragonfall, which I don't have Dragonfall on this character, but Dragonfall area is really nice for meta. So you can follow a bunch of people and just grind out all the events in the whole area until the whole place clears off, and then you can basically just do it all over again once it resets. And that's really good money, and that's what a lot of people spend time doing. When it comes to getting like actual gear and stuff, you can buy it on the auction house from other players. For the most part, you can make a really nice build without even spending a whole lot of gold. Like at the most, I was spending about a gold or two to get a piece. And at the pace that I usually, at my casual rate of playing the game, I would
So
probably
so I can really get these items, all of them, right? Right. Okay.
average around 10 gold a day, and that's only because, like I said, I'm extremely casual. So I would just do random questing, or I would just I'll maybe do some meta for a little bit, but I'm not super serious about making gold in this game. And then still, look, I'm at 162 gold, and I have 1 gold sitting in my auction house right now that I need to collect. So that's pretty good, considering that I don't play this game that hard. Let's take a look at the cash shop again. The major thing that they sell in here is a lot of cosmetic.
Cosmetic is okay for me. You can customize your character, at least. Yeah. I don't see nothing
And then
bad
they
in
also have some convenience items. When
For
it comes to the
example,
convenience items, the only thing that I've spent money on is character slots, and that's where this game is going to get you. You have a good amount of characters to choose from, on top of also the different races. So if you wanted to make one of each type of character, you will probably have to end up buying at least 3 or 4 character slots, which I did that myself in the past. You see, I bought 3 character slots total. And look, this is over years of doing this. So realistically, what I could have done
transmutation crystal? The fuck is that?
was actually spent the time to work on getting the gold in the game to transition into gems. Like, you see, it's 800 gems to get a character slot.
So, for me at least, I see it as a good thing when I can buy currencies in the game like gems with in-game currency like gold, for example. That's a win, I think. That's a good thing. That means I can grind, let's say, for a week and buy something like transmog or something in the game, and that's cool. That's cool. No, I don't like, but that's actually my thing. I don't like something like that's not a game breaking thing to me, but I don't like something like expansion. I mean, I can expand my warehouse or expand my inventory with well, paying real money, for example. That's a little bit, man. That's a, let's say, thin line. I would draw in that place because it's convenient to do that, but still, a little bit. I pay money for. I can carry more things with me, for example. Sometimes, in some games, at least, that really, really helps. When I have more space or I can carry more weight with me. For example, Yet again, I'm talking about Lineage. There was mm, in Olympiad and in Castle Sieges, soul shots, spirit shots, potions that I need to carry, CP potions that I need to carry with me, and it conveniences me a lot, especially with some characters that have very low weight limit, and I cannot carry a lot of these, but I need to. So that could help. These type of things could help. So okay, let's continue with the video.
So let's say if I wanted to exchange, that would be 219 gold. So that's actually not too bad. I'm actually not that far off from getting a character slot if I wanted to. So realistically, if you're patient enough, you could grind it out in the game and actually obtain all the stuff in the cash shop that you want. And for me, I feel like the most important thing is those character slots. You could also buy bag slots, so that's another thing. But me personally, I don't
That's my thin line.
care about that. I just buy the biggest bags that I can get on the auction house. And I've been okay with this. This has been fine.
If I understand correctly, I can get those from farming or questing, right? Bags. If I can buy them in auction, somebody got them.
I've seen some streamers that have like crazy bags that are like ridiculously huge, but it's not 100% necessary, especially if you make trips every once in a while to go to the bank and just kind of like drop stuff off, or if you're not a hoarder and
Can I expand bank?
you know,
Maybe I will find out.
want to collect every single thing and save it, then that's a different story. You're probably gonna have to buy a bag slot. But the coolest thing about Guild Wars 2 is that they have this button here to deposit all your materials. So when you start gathering crafting materials, you can just press that and it'll just throw everything straight to the bank. Like, watch,
Okay,
I'll show you an example. So I'm gonna open this little cache thing right here, and it's gonna give me
I
a bunch of materials. You see
already
that?
know that.
These are all materials for crafting. If I press it, it's just gonna throw it into my bin. So now I can access that bin whenever I go back to town and be able to take all my supplies out. And that's one convenience thing that I find to be extremely good in this game, and no other MMO has ever done that. Even Elder Scrolls Online charges you the subscription fee in order to give you bag space like that, to have the unlimited crafting bag so you can keep all that stuff, which I
Never
think
tried
is personally
Elder
bullshit.
Scroll.
And I feel like games should not be limiting you like that. Like, it's just, it feels like robbery, you know? So I really respect that Guild Wars 2 doesn't do that to you as a free-to-play player. So at the end of the day, is this game a game that you can completely play for free?
Nope.
Yes, you could.
Nah.
You could totally play this game for free.
But expansions! Expansions means more quests, more dungeons, more everything. If I like game, I'm not against spending money. For example, for things like expansions, DLCs, or whatever. If I like it.
Free.
And it's not predatory.
You don't ever have to spend any money if you don't want to. The only thing that you will eventually want to get, if you're really serious about playing this game, is getting the expansion packs. So you're probably going to be looking to spending $30 to $50 to get all these expansion packs to truly enjoy everything the game has to offer. The only exception, though, is if you want what I'm flying right now, a sky scale, you're going to have to get some of the DLCs. And the DLCs do cost real life money unless you are super patient and you wait for them to give it away for free, because they do have times where you can log in and you can get all these little
Wait. That happens? They give it for free sometimes?
DLC things. You see the DLC stories that cost 200 gems. You can get these for free every once in a while. With that,
stories,
you have to keep a close eye
expansions.
on what Guild Wars is promoting that year. But for the most part, I see that it usually happens once a year. I don't know when it happens. It just, that's what it is. But getting 200 gems isn't that bad. So you could spend the time saving up the gold to be able to buy these DLCs and be able to experience that extra content. So for the most part, you can play this game for free, and at the most you're probably going to be spending 30 to 50 bucks to get those expansions. After that, the game is completely free. You don't have to be spending any more money. And that's what's really awesome about this game, is that it doesn't pressure you at all to spend any extra money.
Okay. Okay. Fuck. I overate snackies. Oh, fuck. I overate snackies. I didn't finish my conclusion.
There's a lot of games out there that do that, and a lot of them come off as very scummy, especially when they're just constantly throwing the cash up in your face every 2 seconds whenever something goes wrong. Like if you get full on inventory, hey, buy more inventory space. Or you enter like a new area, oh, you can't go there because guess what? You need this freaking DLC pack, you know? So it's really nice that Guild Wars need this freaking DLC pack, you know? A new area, oh, you can't go there because guess what? You need this freaking DLC pack.
Isn't that the same thing? You need DLC to get to that area in Guild Wars. I'm not advocating that Guild Wars is a bad game, but the same thing. About the inventory or warehouse space, I met the same problem on December. I'm now playing Go Watch It. It comes out on Monday. Every Monday until I will decide that I'm not interested in playing that. But still I am. So. Okay.
You know? So it's really nice that Guild Wars 2 really respects you as a player. This is one of those games that makes you feel bad for not spending money, like to the point where, like, if you're playing this game for free for a long time and you don't spend money, it kind of gets to the point where you feel guilty and you want to spend money, you know? And that's the same way I felt about Warframe, which I will cover in another video. But that's why I really love Guild Wars 2. I love when a developer actually tries to make me feel bad for not spending money and makes me want to go ahead and do that, you know? So that's the cool part about this game. I bought that character slot pretty recent. I ended up quitting the game like soon after. I just started playing other games, and
so that's probably almost the end, right? Yes. The main thing, for older players, if there's anyone from comments, I presume there are some veterans of this game in my, let's say, small community. And ArenaNet, right, is watching over this game. They are customer friendly. I found out from this video, at least. Are they? Are they? That's a really, really rare thing these days, to hear that developers are, or publishers, I don't know who they are customer friendly. Are they? Really? Really? I hope so. So, yeah. Looks like a lot of people are happy with this game. I don't know. I'm playing it. I will play it in future. And we will see, maybe I will be able to find something negative about this game. Maybe. Another video, the cost of Guild Wars, is it pay to win?
Hi and welcome back to my Guild Wars 2 video. Today we're going to talk about if Guild Wars 2 is a pay to win game. Now, Guild Wars 2 has a cash shop, and most cash shops in any MMORPGs are present nowadays.
One thing that I want to point out, why is everything so pink? I'm not against pink color, but this is a little bit too much. At least for me. To my taste. Okay,
even
let's
the
continue.
ones with subscription. Think about Final Fantasy XIV with the Mug Station, or World of Warcraft that you can buy cosmetics and even mounts on it. Now, Guild Wars 2 is an MMO that has been out since 2012, and since it's an MMO and it has been out for so long, it's bound to have its business plan changed. So when the cash shop came in 2012, only cosmetics were purchasable throughout this cash shop. Now, with time, it changed and multiple other stuff were added to the game. You gotta pay the DLC or the expansion. Now, particularly to Guild Wars 2, it provides with elite specialization, a
Such a pleasure.
little bit like classes that are locked behind content. But Final Fantasy XIV does the same thing, where at a certain level, you need to reach a certain level to get to Astrologian, for example, which is locked under an expansion, or the most current classes you need to have the expansion for it. So I think in terms of like expansions, you can't really say that it's pay to win, because if you want to play the special, elite specialization, you need to buy the game. That's just how it works, or any MMO works. It's still business. It still needs to make money, and it still needs funding to create more experiences for us players to play. Now, additionally, you have to know that there is a conversion system inside of the cash shop of Guild Wars 2 where you can convert gold to gems. So theoretically,
Yes,
you
yes,
could
yes,
buy
yes, yes.
anything for free inside of that game. You just need to take the time for it. So what exactly can you buy in the cash shop? You can buy style. So there are different styles that allows you to enhance your appearance. You can buy utility, like experience buffs, summon NPCs for like banking and stuff like that. This is really more of a convenience. You can buy toys, mini
Skins?
pets,
Skins
just
for
the name of the title
weapons,
says it's
items.
toys. And where people
Usual
would
thing that I
ask if
want
it's not pay to win
sometimes.
would be most probably the upgrades. So you can buy
Some kind.
an additional crafting slot. The way that it's working now is that you got to disable the current profession that you have, and you have to activate the other one, but you never lose the knowledge that you had on the profession. So it's
Wait a moment. So to change class profession, you have to buy from an item from cash shop? From gem shop?
once the knowledge that you have, and you have to activate the other one, but you got to
Wait.
disable the current profession that you have, and you have to activate the other one, but you never lose the knowledge that you had on the profession. So it's once again more something that is there in terms of convenience. You can buy extra bank slots, you can buy extra space, you can buy a character level boost, you can build a storage.
That I don't like. Experience and gold boosts in any type of game, MMOs especially. So yeah, that's bank expansion, inventory expansion. Okay, that's convenience. Yeah, I don't like it, but that's the line, my line. Experience boost, gold boosts. So I don't give a shit if it is minuscule or small boost, but I still hate it. It's not supposed to be in MMO,
Character slots, storage,
in my opinion.
expenders. There's a lot in the upgrades that you can buy. Cash shop is quite extensive. I will say though, all of these upgrades are really more towards the convenience of playing the MMO. You don't really win anything. You're not really ahead of the curve by buying any of these things. But the question remains, what can you win in Guild Wars 2? What would make Guild Wars 2 a pay-to-win game? Because you have to win something, theoretically. to call it a pay-to-win game. Now, when it comes to MMOs,
In PvP, especially in PvP, the main thing where I'm not arguing that in a single player, something like gacha games. I played Genshin Impact, but a small but in my idea of pay to win, I'm not winning against other players because I don't. Genshin Impact is not multiplayer. It is single player, story driven. I can use other characters if I buy or try to get with gacha. And let's admit that Genshin Impact has very good gameplay. It's free. It has very nice environment, nice story, good story. Um, it's free. I said that, but it's free for things that you are getting. In my opinion, of course, you're free to disagree with me, but I like that game. It has shitty co-op. It has that thing from mobile that I hate, something like energy, that limits my ability to play the game, the time that I'm willing to spend on the game, except story, of course. Farming, grinding, or whatever, grinding. I still like that game, but co-op sucks so much. I want to play with my friends, but co-op sucks. I want to feel the story with my friends, but co-op sucks. In games like Guild Wars, I can experience story with my friends. I can experience everything with my friends, if I'm correct. The problem is nobody plays with me, from my friends. That's a little bit a problem, but I'm willing to live with that. Maybe one day I will get somebody who is from Europe and wants to play with me. Okay, let's continue with this video. It is becoming some sorry for my English. It starts to become a little bit ranty.
it's a little bit harder because it's not like in League of Legends, for example, which is more a competitive game where you could buy a skin and then because the animation are more blurry, you gain a certain advantage towards your opponent.
Shut the fuck up about that thing. Pay to win because you don't see. Yes, I understand that some people have impaired sight or can't see properly colors or whatever. Don't give me that shit. Pay to win skins. It's still a skin. It is still a skin. I have nothing more to say. Yes, maybe some people can't see the color better or what. Someone will pull some kind of study on me, but fuck off with that shit. Just fuck off.
And then it becomes pay to win. In the MMO world, the goal that some people, the goal is really, first of all, depending on yourself, but the goal that most people have in general is to be able to do the raids in the dungeons, and that is
not exactly. Many people I know that play MMOs are focusing on PvP, or people like me, for example, I'm trying to focus on everything because I want to experience whole game, not the small part of the game. And if, for example, game has PvP in it and I want to experience that, but if the game is pay to win, I will drop the game really fast. If there's a possibility that somebody can become really strong just because they paid money for that, fuck off with that game. Really. Really. Maybe I could say about that with on December, but I still didn't experience that. First of all, and maybe I like that game skill system, and I would probably gladly try Path of Exile, but this PC that I'm using right now can't run it. I'm using what I have. And for example, some people in my environment, like Icon, helps me with that because this PC that I've got is a little bit newer and it is more powerful than my old PC, that my first videos are made with. Yeah, and this beautiful thingy that I got. This is from him too. So thank you for helping me, my friend. Nobody will care about that, but thank you.
Is all relative. Do you want to be world first? Do you, like, for example, in World of Warcraft, there's a lot of people that praise themselves from being world first or being the best in PvP. But there's nothing you can win by buy-in on Guild Wars 2. Really more about the monetization of time. You can get to the same place as somebody who buys himself at level 80. It's just that you're taking the time to go there, and there's not a curve that you gotta get ahead of and always be there on time. So I think
Give a fuck about this idea that in games like Guild War level doesn't mean shit. I mean, you just spend time to get to highest level to experience whole game. Blah yeah yeah. Blah. First of all, you are losing experience of the game. That's not supposed to be mandatory. I hate it. I don't accept any excuse for this. Any MMORPG. If okay, for example, oh fuck, this video is getting so ranty. For example, any type of MMO. Why then, if you are giving bonuses, XP and gold bonuses, why give? Why I need to get level up? I mean, why I need to level up? Why? Give me max level at the start of the game. Few tutorials, maybe possibility to see some kind of tutorial, and fuck off. I just go PvP, and that's it. Or PvE, fuck leveling. Maybe if I like PvE, I grind for items or something, but fuck all that. Give max level. Well, give a max level for those type of players who pay for experience boost, and that's it. That's what. Yet again, I'm talking about Lineage. Fuck. That's why I have a problem with games like Lineage. Especially when since I've played a lot on private servers. All players that played with me, and in those servers, for example, 2,000 players, 300, different numbers in those servers, that they just play for PvP. Okay, so what's the point to go to low rate servers? If you want only PvP, you don't like grind, you don't like what, oh, it's a good server. Go to faction game. Go to PvP servers where you have max level and you just go PvPing. That's it. Fuck grind, fuck everything. That's so fucking stupid. Why? You're wasting just time if you don't like grinding, you don't like PvE, you don't like dungeons or something. Then why play in those kind of servers? And Lineage, for example, doesn't have any other type of activity except PvP. Castle siege, territory wars, forts, raid bosses. There's no point to go to raid bosses except PvP. Well, at least you expect to get raid boss jewelry. I think that invention, raid boss jewelry, is dumb and it's too OP. It's not supposed to exist in this game, so fuck Lineage. I liked it. I still probably will play someday as a guilty pleasure. I think when I won't have won't have anything to do. I'm just ranting again. Okay, let's finish this video with me blowing up my scalp off.
In terms of Guild Wars 2, I don't believe it's pay to win. I think it's buy to play. In the sense of you buy the expansions you want to play. You don't have a subscription. Guild Wars 2 is super easy to get. You can get good pieces of gear in one evening. I don't feel like Guild Wars 2 is a game around the gearing system. I don't think it's a game about, if you compare it to World of Warcraft, having the best stats. I think it's a game about knowing how to do your rotations, knowing how to be able to do the dungeons, and it's more about having the knowledge than having the money or the time to do it. I hope this answers your question regarding if Guild Wars 2 is a pay-to-win game, and I hope that just like me, you're going to realize that it is not, and that maybe you're gonna come in and try this game for yourself. It's free to play. You don't even have to buy anything to start it, so why not? As always, you can find me at twitch.tv/Roko if you want to see more of my Guild Wars 2 content. Otherwise than that, I'm gonna wish you a happy and creamy day. Right. Bye.
Okay, looking for some kind of pay-to-win videos that are talking about Guild of Wars 2 being pay-to-win. I found this video. Actually, I didn't found it. Was on the front page. It was the first video that came up.
What's going on, y'all? My name's Heidi, and I'm going to show you why I believe Guild Wars 2 is pay to win. I'm going to show you a couple builds, a couple clips of me fighting players, and I'm going to show you how easy it is for them to be on the same skill level or me to just do so much damage without any effort. It's only been about 20 seconds, and he's already almost dead.
Oh, and I'm not yet. I didn't have any PvP experience in Guilds of War, so that's kinda in the blind. I'm in the blind. I don't know what the fuck is going on with players, what the hell they're doing, and I'm open for comments, for ideas and explanations in the comments, and I will read them as always. I will try at least. Until there will be too much of them to read, that won't happen ever, I think.
I have no fear of losing because I know that I can just out of combat or OOC at will.
Okay, so why you go out of combat in PvP? That's the first question.
Here's a prime example of out of combat right here. And the developers know this. They put rocket boot, they put super speed, they make private discords.
Okay, you run from players out of combat, and what will happen?
They laugh at the player base
Oh,
about shit
you
balance patches
mean
that they release every other month.
yeah, yeah, I remember that. Out of combat, that means your HP will restore, so you run your in PvP, your HP restores, and you
Whatever.
run back.
And and this still exists in the game till this day.
That,
This is unrelated, but I
that's a
had to get my
problem.
payback for this. Not only did this player kept +1 in my fight, he'll mount up, chase me down, and just start rapid firing me. So I was like, okay, I'm watching your stupid ass the whole time, sir. Every time I start fighting, he would start shooting me, rapid firing me or something, dismount, +1 my fight. He's done this every time. So I was like, okay, I'm watching you. I'm gonna fuck you up. I got a new build for y'all. It's coming soon.
So what the fuck is going on, please? You are fighting, okay.
It's over. And I'ma siege you for playing like a little bitch. Keep +1 in my fights. So goddamn annoying. I hate players that do that shit. Anyway, back to the regular scheduled program. We came to talk about
So that's a more PvP player, I guess. More focused on PvP.
is Guild Wars 2 pay to win?
Okay.
Now this is debatable because Guild Wars 2 has 3 game modes. They have World vs. World, they have PvP, and then they have PvE. Now PvE is pretty simple. You know, you just got the NPCs standing there and they're not really doing anything. But when it comes to PvP and World vs. World, the game mode kind of changes.
So he's using two-hand sword, right? Right.
In PvP, you have amulets. They try to, reduce bunker builds. And in World vs. World, you can basically run any stat. Now, this player here knows that Harbinger is broken and imbalanced. She did not do anything that last fight. She ran from me when she was on Scourge. And then she comes back out on Harbinger, and now she wants to fight. The player base knows that these builds and these classes are broken, and they abuse them. They know it. And the developers know this too. Every time an expansion releases, they release them and they make them very overpowered where the skills don't make any sense. Back in 2015 when Daredevil first came out.
You are naive if you think that developers really think about balance when they are not expanding the game, but creating new class, new character in any type of game. MOBA, for example, I see that in League of Legends, for example, and in all other games, MMOs too. When new class, new race comes out, it's overpowered, really. Or it's to attract new players, to attract old players that left the game. They will use new class, new character, and they will have the possibility to kick somebody's ass with it because it's overpowered. And thinking that something else will happen, you are a little bit delusional.
Heart of Thorns. They had infinite dodges. They had a bug where you could use staff 3 if you jump. It wouldn't use initiative. And they had perma dodges, basically. Vindicator is almost the same thing. Just had permanent dodges. You healing all the time. And it's just like you just cannot stop them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm the best Revenant player because I'm not. I don't play this class that much. But I was able to just whip up some dumbass build I made up real quick. I was like, okay, this is probably what they run. They can survive a long time. They keep jumping and healing and everything. And these 3 players can't stop me. If more people didn't come, I probably would have been able to hold this camp forever. But as you can see, there's 3 players here. They're all attacking me. The mech's attacking me. They're all using Condi. They're all hitting me. Nobody's able to stop me. Why
So that's some kind of tanky class?
does this exist? Like I said, I do not know how to play Revenant. I just whipped this shit up real quick, and I'm just surviving for so long. Now imagine in a group, you can't kill the support because everybody's gonna be focused on the support, but the whole group is gonna be going for everybody else. So eventually everybody else dies while the support is just dodging and healing themselves. And the thing that makes Revenant better than Firebrand or whatever is that their dodge AoE is so huge. It's just that as long as they nearby, they gonna keep getting healed.
What the fuck happened? He was low.
Because everybody's going to be focused on the support, but the whole group is going to be going for everybody else. So eventually everybody else dies while the support is just dodging and healing.
Of course, it's hard for me to comment on PvP because I don't know classes. I don't know what the fuck is going on, what kind of skills they're using. And maybe in the future I will find out. Maybe try a lot of things. Maybe if I'll sit on this game.
themselves. And the thing that makes Revenant better than Firebrand or whatever is that their dodge AoE is so huge. It's just that as long as they nearby, they gonna keep getting healed. And it's different from Firebrand because Firebrand, of course, Firebrand has all these boons and they just keep, spitting out boons. Revenant, they just keep healing every time they dodge. You see how many times I've dodged? I've dodged probably like 20 times that whole time. And like I said, if it wasn't for more people starting to come, it's like a Zerg now, they probably would have never got me.
So wait, how is that actually pay to win? You have expansion. Okay, expansion, you bought expansion. And yet I'm missing the point,
I love
I
Guild Wars
guess.
2 for so many years. It was like, wow, this game is amazing because it's like you don't have to play like those other Korean MMOs or the other MMO games where it's just like, okay, they got the Holy Trinity. A Guardian will always be support or something like that. Warrior's always going to be damage. But like in Guild Wars 2, they had this thing where you could like play any class and be any build you wanted without having to swap to another class. But now they have like this Holy Trinity system where it's just like, okay, support is always going to be Firebrand. Support is always going to be Ellie. Or damage will always be Warrior or Mesmer or something. They like lost their core values and went right back to the regular MMO gameplay system.
Any comments on that idea that it's, I guess, not vanilla as it used to be? This player doesn't like what Guild Wars became right now. I can't judge. I didn't play. I don't know
Another
what
thing
was.
I don't understand with their development is that when an expansion comes out, if a build is too strong, they will nerf the shit to the ground where nobody wants to play it anymore. So then, like, your favorite class is just unplayable, and you just forced to play another class that you don't like. And then, like, years later, they'll finally be like, okay, well, I guess it's time for them to shine. So let's make them super overpowered where it's just like everybody in the damn game is playing it now. And it's just like, why did y'all do that? What the hell? And, of course, it just leads back to money. The pay-to-win system. Buy the game.
I still missed that.
Like everybody in the damn game is playing it now. And it's just like, why did y'all do that? What the hell? And of course, it just leads back to money. The pay-to-win system.
I still miss the point. How is that making it pay to win? Okay, they brought new class and everybody knows how it works. Am I that stupid? Or what? I know that it is a problem that many developers should fix that and not making some kind of class OP, but that won't happen. They want to sell expansion somehow. Some of these people will think that I'm defending this idea. I don't like it either, but I understand. I understand why this is happening, but I don't really think that it is pay to win. It's meta, I guess. I hate meta. I like to play. I want. I want to play with what I like, not what is good or popular, let's say. That's why I hate meta in all of these games. If somehow my idea or build becomes meta, I'm not dropping it. I'm not dropping it. It's still my idea how to play. Okay. And yet, I'm hating on meta. But there's no actual way somehow to fix that. Because there's always players who are trying to find out what is meta at some point in the game. Game changes, they are trying to find the best way to play it. Best farm meta, best PvP meta, best PvE meta. And in these types of situations, okay, I agree. Developers are at fault for creating OP characters on expansion. I agree. They are at fault with that. But yeah. So tell me your opinion. I want to know in the comments. What do you think? What was about what was told in what was said in this video about PvP? And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.